Hello, I'm Cliff Brock with World Travel Plus. Today, we're just outside Tampa, Florida, major metropolitan area, but we're at the Brooker Creek Preserve, 8,700 acres of tranquility in the midst of an urban area. Let's go and see what's going on at the preserve today. I'm with Barbara Hoffman today at the Brooker Creek Educational Preserve. It's an 8,700 acre preserve in just outside Tampa, and we're going to look around and have Barbara tell us about it.
Well, right now we're inside the Education Center, and it's this big, beautiful building full of all kinds of great exhibits that tell you about Brooker Creek and what's going on here at Brooker. It has a feel of being outside, even though you're inside. It's a very green building. If all the electricity turned off for whatever reason, you could still function here with open windows and daylight. It's a beautiful place to come and see lots of fun things and lots of things that you can touch and feel and play with as well. You want to do a little bit inside?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to do a little bit of this exhibit? This is kind of cool right here. So this is a typical exhibit that we have here. It shows, we have outdoor cameras that show wildlife, but they don't know that the camera's there. So as they move, the camera picks up their activities. So you can sit here on this lovely little bench and watch these critters as they're moving about in the outdoors without anyone knowing that they're there. So there's nighttime views, daytime views, there's deer, bobcat, otters, all the coyotes. We just saw one go by. So all kinds of animals that live here at Brooker Creek. So this is a really fun exhibit too. This is a gopher tortoise burrow that you can crawl into. There are stairs over here that you can climb up and go around and actually get on your hands and knees and pretend you're a gopher tortoise and go through this tunnel, and you come out to the other side. But while you're in there, you might encounter lots of critters that live in gopher tortoise burrows along with the gopher tortoise. It's fun.
And much of that fun is brought through the work of Friends of Brooker Creek. I talked to Kathy Foster about their work at the preserve.
It is now almost 9,000 acres. Our mission is to make sure that it stays a preserve, that it is managed so that the ecology of it remains healthy. And we also support any of the programs that go on here at this Environmental Education Center, in addition to doing some of our own programs.
And how many volunteers are there approximately?
County volunteers that volunteer here, there's about 50, and that includes 14 that volunteer in our nature store that we have.
Kathy and her volunteers do a great job. They're supported by professional staff. I talked to one of them. I'm talking today with Laura Milligan, a forester and educator with the Brooker Creek Preserve. Laura, this is a remarkable facility. How many visitors do you get a year?
Thank you. Yeah, we get about 150,000 visitors through our front gate to the preserve, which we're open year-round, minus 2 days out of the year. And the Education Center itself, we get around 26,000 visitors every year.
And what would you say is the thing that draws people here the most?
That's a great question. I think mostly to escape from the very urban center that we have in Pinellas County, get away from all the noise, the traffic. It's really the only place in the county where you can get away and really be immersed fully in nature and hear the sounds of nature, hear the wind without the traffic.
When you talk to visitors, what do they comment on most frequently?
Probably, honestly, the number one thing that we hear, especially for first-time visitors, is, wow, I've driven past here so many times and I've never been here before, and this place is amazing. And they just didn't realize, A, that we were here and all of the opportunities that we have, both recreationally as well as educationally.
If I lived in Cincinnati and I was going to come down and visit Tampa,
yeah,
and I had an occasion to come out to Brooker Creek Preserve,
yes,
what would you say I should do?
Well, definitely check out our website to see all the opportunities so you can plan out your day fully, because we do have educational programs if you're interested in doing any type of learning opportunities, or sometimes we have hands-on workshops. But for sure, making sure that you include a hike, depending on the time of year, first thing in the morning if you want to avoid the heat of the afternoon. But definitely going out on a hike, and if you're not comfortable going out on your own, we do offer guided hikes as well all throughout the year.
And are those led by your volunteers?
They're staff-led and volunteer-led, but they're all free.
And is there a best time of the year to come?
Yes, of course. Well, of course, we like our beautiful weather, so anytime, usually in the fall or spring.
When you look out 10 years, first of all, how long have you been at Brooker Creek?
Great question. I've been here for 12 years.
And when you look ahead to the next 10 years, what do you see happening at Brooker Creek?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that much, but one of the things is definitely we would love to expand our educational offerings, because we feel like people will not have a passion to preserve places like this in the future if they don't have a connection through education. So definitely expanding those opportunities. And then, of course, continuing to preserve and protect what's here. We are the most densely populated in the county. It's the largest remaining natural area in the county. So protecting this valuable natural resource is definitely a top priority.
In the most densely populated county in Florida.
In the state, yep.
I mean, in the entire state.
Yeah.
How do you maintain this pristine 8,700 acres when many people would like to see other kinds of development?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's really where our Friends group comes into play. Our Friends of Brooker Creek Preserve is our nonprofit arm, and their whole mission really is to preserve and protect. So anytime there's a threat to the preserve, that's when our friends kind of kick into gear and really fight for the preserve. Something that we really can't do as staff other than to provide, the statistics and regular information.
I suspect you get a lot of kids come here?
We do. We're very blessed. We have a program and relationship with the Southwest Florida Water Management District and Pinellas County Schools. So every fourth grade public school north of Ulmerton Road comes through our facility. And that's just that program. And then, of course, we have ongoing youth programs all throughout the year.
What do you like best about working at Brooker Creek Preserve?
Ooh, definitely the fact that we are at a preserve and just every day is a different day, and we're always seeing and discovering new things, finding new species that we haven't seen before, and yeah, just exploring what's here and having the opportunity to have my office literally be the windows to our world, windows to our wildest place, as we often say.
Now, I understand you have some music programs that run here?
So that's all through our Friends group. They have Music in the Woods programs, which they've really been ramping up. There's been many offerings, more than they have historically done. So our Friends group really tries to offer unique and different ways for the public to engage with the preserve, where they might not normally come here just to go on a hike, but it's kind of their gateway into the preserve to then hopefully come back and enjoy it some more.
What have I... Kathy and Laura were great sources of information, as was all the staff, but we were excited to get out into the preserve and see some of the animals and plants and just take a hike in the woods and enjoy this marvelous rural retreat. That's not very professional. Okay. So, and this is called Baton Rouge lichen, huh?
Baton Rouge lichen. It has a couple of different common names: Christmas lichen, red blanket lichen, but it's a species of lichen. There's 3,000, by the way, in Florida.
3,000 different kinds of lichen?
Yes,
Oh,
believe it or
my
not.
goodness.
And lichen grows on the bark of trees, and we can point some out. But this particular one only grows where the air is pure. And it grows all over Brooker Creek. So if there's no other reason to come here, just come here and breathe.
What a delight to walk in this preserve, Barbara. It's been here for 30 years, maybe a bit more than that. What do you suppose will happen in this preserve in the next 10 years?
I hope nothing. I hope it stays just like it is. It's a beautiful place to be. I hope lots of people come and enjoy it. I hope the wildlife just stays. I don't want anything to change, just as it is. It's managed by Pinellas County. They have controlled burns here. They keep the exotic vegetation out. We have volunteer groups like the Tarpon Springs Rotary Club, who likes to come and help us as well, give a full day of work. So yeah, it's a well-loved place, and I hope nothing changes in the next 10 years.
So if we put together with Hillsborough, we have 12,000 acres?
There's this lichen that grows here. It grows other places too, but those preserves over there too. Baton Rouge lichen, Christmas lichen.
I think one of the things that surprises me is an area as urbanized, and if I remember correctly, Pinellas County is the most densely populated county in the state, that a preserve of this size, especially if it became 12,000 acres, it could exist in such an urbanized area.
You're absolutely right.
Barbara, this place is beautiful. if I come down here from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I have a day and I come out to Brooker Creek Preserve, what would I do?
Oh gosh, you would have so much fun here hiking. If you like to bicycle, we have our paved loop trail. You could bike there. But this place shows you what Florida really is, what Central Florida is. You can go to the beaches, you can go to a lake somewhere, but this place truly shows you what real Florida is.
And how stressful would it be? The trails, A trails, C trails, D trails, what kind of trails are here?
We have 4 different loop trails, depending on how much energy you have and how fast you go. We have a 1-mile loop, a 2-mile loop, 3-mile loop, and 4-mile loop. So you can choose how far you want to go. And it takes you through like this beautiful pine flatwoods that are behind us. It takes you through swamp. It takes you across prairies. If you're a birder, you'll see, oh gosh, hundreds of birds. It's just a great place to come and relax and really see what Florida is all about.
And is the bike trail also, the hiking trails paved?
No, the hiking trails are not paved. The 1-mile hike has is handicapped accessible. The only place where we have boardwalk is where there's swamp. So once you're off that 1-mile trail and you're further out, you're walking in the swamp or in the pine flatwoods, but no more boardwalks after that.
And how long is the bike trail?
The bike trail is the roadway that you come in and park and go out. So it's about 2 miles altogether.
Well, that's our day in the Brooker Creek Preserve just outside Tarpon Springs, Florida. This preserve is really unusual in a major metropolitan area to be able to come out and experience this kind of solitude, quiet, wildlife, and beautiful flora. It's a place that we certainly would recommend at World Travel Plus. Not many people are going to know about the Brooker Creek Preserve, but it's certainly one, if you're in the Tampa area, we can wholeheartedly recommend. I'm Cliff Brock. This is World Travel Plus. Please come back again soon and frequently, and don't forget, like and subscribe.